Hey guys, looking for new space games to play in 2025? Then you're in the right video. We've already started the list with Breathedge 2, a retro-futuristic space survival game that has been announced for PC and PS5. The game is a sequel to the original title, where players find themselves on a reckless mission in space, facing various dangers and challenges. The game's premise involves building, crafting, and resource management, as well as a touch of humor and unusual situations that promise to entertain players. Breathedge 2 allows players to control their own spaceship, customizing it with new compartments and upgrades. They can also pilot space and ground vehicles, exploring different planets and environments. The next game on the list is Citizen Sleeper 2 Starward Vector, the sequel to the acclaimed narrative RPG Citizen Sleeper, released in 2022. In this game, players take on the role of a runaway android who faces a series of challenges in a science fiction world. The main character has a faulty body, a reward for his capture, and amnesia about his past. The narrative unfolds in the Starward Belt, a region made up of devastated locations, where players must build a shelter among the stars while navigating a constantly changing environment. Citizen Sleeper 2 is described as a dice-driven RPG, where players need to manage resources, form a crew, and accept contracts while exploring the universe. Dark Moon is a strategy and survival game developed by Jujubee, a Polish studio. The game takes place in a lunar setting, where players must face unique challenges while trying to survive in a hostile environment. The player takes on the role of a member of the engineering council sent by Moonshell, responsible for overseeing the construction of a new mining system on the moon. However, a solar storm disrupts communication with Earth, leaving the player and his team isolated and struggling to survive. Dark Moon is a survival strategy game where the player needs to manage resources, build a mobile base, make moral decisions, and most importantly, avoid sunlight. Vanguard is a new game module that is part of the EVE Online universe, developed by CCP Games. This game is an MMO FPS set in the vast and persistent universe of New Eden. Players take on the role of elite mercenaries, directly influencing the massive player-driven conflicts that occur in this futuristic world. One of the big new features is the ability to explore new solitary planets, allowing players to gather resources and discover hidden riches. Players can participate in large-scale battles, where their actions have a significant impact on the unfolding events within the game. Galactic Superstation is a city-building and colony simulation game that allows players to build and manage their own space station. In this game, you will have the opportunity to take care of both civilians and outlaws, creating a dynamic and diverse environment. In addition, you will need to defend your station from hostile aliens and factions, which adds an element of strategy and action to the gameplay. The main focus of the game is the construction and administration of your space station, where you can customize and expand your facilities. Defense against external threats is crucial, requiring you to develop strategies to protect your station and its inhabitants. Jump Ship is a mission-based FPS that supports up to 4 players in co-op mode. Players take on the role of the crew of a spaceship, where they can switch between piloting the ship and exploring the environment on foot, including spacewalks. The gameplay involves intense battles both on the ground and in space, and players must keep the ship updated and intact to survive. Jump Ship is a mix of popular games like Sea of Thieves, Left 4 Dead, and FTL. This combination suggests that the game will have elements of exploration, co-op combat, and resource management, which can provide a rich and dynamic experience for players. Space Engineers 2 is the highly anticipated sequel to the popular sandbox construction and survival game developed by Keen Software House. Space Engineers 2 was built with the new Breathedge 3 engine, which offers more immersive graphics and destruction than ever before. The game features ray tracing, realistic shadows, a new sky, voxel materials with tessellation, parallax effects for armor, and much more, adding depth and realism to every scene. Players will explore the Almagest planetary system, a newly discovered region that will serve as a stage for colonization and adventures. The game will also feature full water physics, allowing players to interact with the environment in innovative ways, such as creating waterfalls and redirecting watercourses. SpaceCraft is the latest ambitious project from developer Shiro Games, known for titles like Northgard and War Tales. In SpaceCraft, players will be able to explore a vast galaxy filled with solar systems and planets. Exploration is one of the pillars of the game, allowing players to discover new worlds and resources. The game combines elements of building and management, where players will be able to mine and craft resources, design and build spaceships, as well as automate planetary bases and interplanetary logistics. As an MMO, the game will allow players from around the world to interact, cooperate, and exchange resources, creating a dynamic and collaborative community.
And from the fragments of the past, we will forge a better, brighter tomorrow.
The Dark Side of Ceclon is an open-world game that combines elements of action, adventure, survival, and RPG, developed by Alexandra Huger, an independent developer who has worked at studios like Focus Home Interactive, Eugen Systems, and Ubisoft. The story revolves around Jensen, the sole survivor of the Nexentia spaceship crash on the planet Ceclon. Alone and light years away from any human life, Jensen must face the Nocturnes, primitive creatures, to recover Veka energy, humanity's only hope. Ceclon is described as a barren and hostile planet, which adds a layer of challenge to the gaming experience. Players must not only fight the Nocturnes, but also survive the harsh environmental conditions. Verse Project is a multiplayer game that promises an immersive space exploration experience on a real-world scale. In it, players will be able to control spaceships from the near future, explore planets, moons, and asteroids, as well as mine resources and fight for space domination. The game promises a real-world scale exploration of the solar system, which provides a unique sense of vastness and discovery. The game is designed to be community-driven, with a dynamic economy and global events that can impact the game's universe, as well as allowing players to engage in faction wars. Verse Project is ideal for playing with friends or even with your girlfriend, as exploration and missions can be more fun as a team. So that's it, folks. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel and see you next time.